Hi, and welcome to this month's episode of The Signature Show. I'm Matthew Gardner, Signature's Artistic Director. Last week, we opened our 34th season with The Bridges of Madison County. This sweeping musical romance has one of the best musical theater scores of the last decade by one of Broadway's greatest composers, Jason Robert Brown. Jason was gracious enough to sit down with Annika Chapin, our Director of Artistic Development, to talk about his Tony Award-winning score and how he managed to bring this best-selling novel to life on stage.
Hi, I'm Annika, the Director of Artistic Development for Signature, and I am here with Jason Robert Brown, composer, lyricist of so many amazing things. Parade, last 5 years. I started to look at this list and I was like, this is just like an embarrassment of riches. 13, I made Honeymoon in Vegas, and The Bridges of Madison County, which we are doing at Signature right now. Come and see it if you haven't already. So, Jason, I wanted to ask you, how did you come to write this show? Did you know the movie? Did you know the book? Was this something you had been drawn to as source material?
The Bridges of Madison County came out, I think I was 24. You know, it was this enormous sensation, and my mother was an English teacher, and everyone was reading it. And I remember my mother read like 3 pages of it, and she was like, no. And so that was really my only context for the book. And then in 2009, Marcia Norman and I had done a piece together at the Kennedy Center with the National Symphony. It was a piece called The Trumpet of the Swan, which was an adaptation of the E.B. White novel. The upshot of working with Marcia on that was that we looked at each other afterwards and said, we have to do a real musical. We have to really do something together. I wanted to do something that was really very singy. I wanted to do something that had a lot of sort of real expressive vocal power to it, because I had come off of doing 13, and 13 was, for a lot of reasons, sort of very restricted in terms of what I could do vocally. And then Marcia called me and she said, what do you think about The Bridges of Madison County? And she said, maybe this is our show. Maybe this is the thing with the big singing. I said, Marcia, here's the deal. Do I ever have to read the book? And she said, no. I said, great. I said, you tell me what you think this musical is, and I'm going to let you determine what the storytelling engine really is here. And so she came to, hi, Miles.
Hi, Miles.
Hi. And hi. And so she came to California, where I was living at the time. So Marcia pitched her whole version of it, and I said, I can hear this very well, which is really what's important to me when I start on a project. I need to know what the world sounds like. So I could hear all of it, and I said, what I really think is it's an octet. And I said, I don't know exactly what that means, but vocally I like the idea that there are 8 voices, and that it's 8 people in the middle of this vastness, the middle of the vastness of Iowa.
Bridges occupies such an interesting space because it wasn't a commercial success on Broadway, and yet it has these devoted fans, but also people saw it so many times when it was on Broadway. Like, anybody who saw it once saw it 3 times. Well, I saw it 3 times, and I don't usually do that. So I wonder, what do you think draws people back to that show in that specific way?
I mean, look, clearly the story and the novel are immensely compelling to a huge number of people. I mean, we were dealing with source material that's deeply resonant to a lot of people other than my mother. And so to write something that's based on material that already connects in that way, people bring that to it. And I think even people who haven't read the novel but see the show, there is something that is elementally very powerful about the story that Robert James Waller wanted to tell. Mm-hmm. While Bridges is somewhat unusual in the history of musicals in terms of the way that it has gone out in the world, it's not unusual in my work. Parade was a show that, you know, closed after very few performances, and is now like considered this important part of the canon. And the last 5 years, God knows, nobody saw it when we did it off Broadway, and it's how I make my living. And so I'm used to my shows doing that it takes them a while to sink in. And I think for me, what I'm most trying to do with the work that I do is to just be human. I like it when the characters feel recognizable to me, where I understand why they're doing what they're doing. And so much about what singing is on stage, as far as I'm concerned, is expressing a thing that matters enormously. And if you can get that, if you can get those characters to sing about the things that matter to them, it matters to an audience. You know, maybe that's sort of old-fashioned or whatever it is, but that's what music can do to me. It can be that rich. Yes.
Agreed.
It,
It's Robert in a blue truck just driving up the driveway.
Music can be that full. And I want it to be. That's the fun of writing musicals to me, is that you can have it be that emotionally layered whenever you want it to be. So I love being able to play with all of those layers of music. It may just be that you don't get those on the first hearing,
Well, on behalf of the weeping nerds in the house who are seeing it multiple times, some of us get it on the first hearing and then weep on the subway as we hear it multiple times. Are there projects that are sort of your dream projects that you think, someday I'm going to write that show?
Mostly, I'm really a musician. And what I want to do is make music. I want to tell stories by making music. So there's always different music to make. There's always new music to come up with and new sounds to play with and new ideas. And, I feel so grateful that I've found all of the music in my life that's shown up so far. So really the dream is just to keep looking for more music.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Miles, you big jerk. You can come over now, Miles. The interview's over. Yeah, come here.
Hi, I'm Erin Harms, Signature's Deputy Director of Development with a focus on institutional giving. This past week was the 47th Arlington County Fair, one of the largest free events on the East Coast. This 5-day event is filled with music, games, rides, dance parties, a pie eating contest, and so much more. We decided to send the Bridges of Madison County cast members Julia Lennon and Nolan Montgomery to the county fair to give us a look at Arlington's popular event and to compete against each other in some fair games.
Hi, I'm Nolan Montgomery.
And I'm Julia Wheeler-Lennon.
And we're at the Arlington County Fair.
We're gonna play some fair games here at the Arlington County Fair. My money is on me.
Mine is on me, for sure.
All right, so it's gonna be pretty contentious, but let's see who can win the most fair game.
Let's do it.
What's your name?
Julia.
Julia? Everybody watch Julia throw some cards!
Oh my gosh, again, what? Whoa! You're just so lucky. Julia, what are the odds that we ride this mechanical bull right now?
I think the odds are pretty high.
Okay,
I think we should do
and
it.
whoever stays on the longest wins?
Yes,
Okay, let's do it.
let's do it. It's gonna go one of two ways. He's either off it immediately or he breaks the record.
Bounce and jump. Heels, pike,
All right,
right, the center.
okay. All right. All right. All right.
It's gonna get crazy.
Ah!
Only at 47 is the high time for the minute.
Yeah, let's go. 40 what? 47. There we go. Come on.
Still got it out of the gate. She's got her heels down.
It's a little slippery.
Nice. You see that? All right, Julia. Now that I just won the bull riding
Uh-huh.
and you won the 2 other fair games, I challenge you to the hammer competition to see if you're going to be the true winner of today.
Amazing.
Okay.
Okay. I have my doubts about this one.
Come on.
Here we go. Okay. I got why not?
Yeah. Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Hey, bring it in. Well, I think we got to get the cow, right?
Oh,
Julia, I'm going to give this cow to you, actually. Because you got way higher than you.
I got way higher
Than
than
you
I
thought you
thought, and that's what matters.
That is. That is. All right, Julia, that looks like it was our day at the fair, and I guess we both tied.
We tied.
Fair and square.
Fair and square.
You could say.
We conquered some fears.
Yeah, we did.
We did some bucket list
Bucket
items.
list, for
character
sure.
research.
Oh yeah.
And we had a lot of fun.
It was a solid day here at the Arlington County Fair.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
And come see us in Madison County.
Oh yeah.
Cheers.
Hi, I'm Maggie Boland, Signature's Managing Director. The Bridges of Madison County marks our third production of a Jason Robert Brown musical. In 2013, we produced a critically acclaimed production of The Last 5 Years in the Max Theater, and in 2007, we co-presented a concert production of Songs for a New World with Strathmore that starred Titus Burgess, Brian Darcy James, Laura Griffith, and Alice Ripley, and was conducted by Jason Robert Brown himself. To close out this month's episode, we thought we'd present one of our favorite Jason Robert Brown songs. Here are Rachel Lamar, Crystal Mosser, Sarah Ann Sillers, Alex Stone, and pianist Natalie Brooke with Hear My Song from Songs for a New World.
Child, I know you're weary and your eyes want to close, and the days are getting longer. We're not getting any stronger. Trust me, Mama knows. But lie in my arms while you're sleeping and think of the rivers you've crossed. I'll tell you the dreams I've been keeping for moments like this when your hope is lost. Hear my song, it'll help you believe in tomorrow. Hear my song, it'll show you the way you can shine. Hear my song, it was made for the times when you don't know where to go. Listen to the song that I sing. You'll be fine.
Child, I know you are frightened and your throat's parched and dry. Just trust in Mama singing and the gift tomorrow's bringing. Trust it, don't ask why. Just lie in my arms and I'll tell you the things that you know but forget, the lies no one ever could sell you. I know that it's hard, but don't give up yet.
Hear my song, it'll help you believe in tomorrow. Hear my song, it'll show you the way you can shine. Hear my song, it was made for the times when we don't know where to go.
Listen to the song that I sing. You'll be fine, 'cause I'll be singing hold tight. I know it's dark right now,
song. It'll help us get through till tomorrow. Hear my song. It'll help us survive all the pain. Hear my song. It's the one thing I have that has never let me down. Listen to the song that I sing. Listen to the words in my heart. Listen to the hope I can bring, and we'll start to grow and shine.
Listen to the song that I sing, and trust me, we'll be fine.